Ain't nothing worse than a smart dumb.
Hey yo! Hey yo! Hey yo! Hey
yo! Yeah, this is gonna be fun. I don't know, like, I had a couple people ask like what y'all. I already know because you're crazy. Not me, I'm each other, but you. But we gonna have fun regardless. What was that? What was you about to say?
I was gonna say, I hope everyone has been properly warned. You know, I like the name of this podcast, especially because it says Smart Dumb Podcast. So that means I can't sound too smart or too dumb. Like, I feel like there's a nice, you know, area where I can fall in and not feel like an outcast for once. Yeah. So I'm grateful for the opportunity, but I want everyone to be forewarned that I have no control over the stuff that comes out of my mouth. I try to, and the more I try to control it, the less sense it makes. Okay.
There it is. Now they've been warned. I ain't zoom out far enough, actually, but like, shout out to the shirt. Shout out to the shirt. Yeah, we're gonna definitely talk about that. I think we're gonna get that shout out near the end. So we can start now. But yeah, yeah, she gonna say what she gonna say. But I mean, you know, hey, listen. These days, podcasts and nigga is, you know, one and the same. So they already pre-warned. They'll be all right. I'll be all right. Anybody got a problem? Yeah, see, they're good. We good.
Exactly.
So, all right, how I want to pretty much get down with this is just kind of let's start off with yourself. Like who are you? And then try to, you know, start to turn like who you are as a person, how to turn into what you do these days. So, you know, first of all, welcome to the Smart Dumb Podcast. My guest, Grace Precious. What we going with Poets for Dinner, the host of Poets for Dinner. Like that's what we doing. So let you tell the people about yourself.
I agree, the counselor. Go ahead, say that. I'm sorry. You know I'm easily distracted. I was listening. I promise you I was. I can hear and read at the same time.
Right. No, of course you can. Yeah, amazing. But what did I say? Right, you was reading. I feel you. Yes, welcome to the welcome to the episode. Please let the people know a little bit about yourself. That's what we do.
So, long story short, legally, I'm Grace Precious Love Givens. Ooh, if you look up that name in all of my books, you'll find Grace Precious Love Givens, aka me. You feel me? Speaking of books, I have 3 of them. Ooh, 2 poetry, 1 children's book. I'm actually in the process of working on getting I finished 3 more books, right? But I'm in the process of editing it, and for me, that's the longest part because I'm not a perfectionist, but I'm just always like, no, this sounds better. Mm-hmm. And I always end up rewriting the book 3-4 times before I'm just like, okay, so. But anyway, focus. So yes, legally I'm Grace Precious Love Givens. Stage name Grace Love, so you might have heard that more often. And yes, I am the CEO, founder, head chef, brains behind Poets for Dinner, right, which is a nonprofit here in Baltimore, where we specifically pride ourselves on how much we can give away for free. And I'm talking about free food, free hugs, free love, free compliments. It's a free open mic for you to express yourself so you can have free dumb expression. And the whole idea is that I personally believe oppression leads to depression, which leads to all the other shit that happens, okay, including the crimes, including the insult, including just having nasty people in the world. Mm-hmm. You know, I feel like if you have a space, a platform to get whatever you got on your chest out, it's less likely that you're going to take it out on somebody else in any way, shape, or form. So there's that premise, and it's also the premise that we're more alike than we are separated. Like we see each other at face value a lot of times. We're like, okay, yes, I'm a woman, you are a man. You know, I'm gay, you're straight, and we're like, oh, we're separated. And it's like, hold up, wait, we both right. We both eat food. We both, want to be seen. We want to be heard. We want to be felt. We want to exist in the world and not feel alienated because we already exist. Right. It's not even like we're trying to be something else. It's not like we're trying to put on this character. We are who we are. But a lot of times we're alienated because we are who we are. So there's that premise. I feel like that was still pretty long, though. Like
Yeah.
I tried to make a long story short, but I feel like that was still pretty long.
You tried to do the best. Damn it. But you know what? Now all that need to be shared though. Like that's because that's just like we definitely. I didn't really know about the books. We're gonna talk about the books. One thing, what you just said though, as far as like how it's too much, too many labeling, too much, separation, things like that. Like I was at the, I was just this week listening to Isaiah Rashad whole album, and then the very next day was the whole, I guess, leak tape or whatever. And now all of a sudden, like apparently it's supposed to matter because that man, his sexual orientation. Like, what are we doing?
Why?
What are we doing?
Why doesn't it matter? Did niggas not? I can say niggas, right? Did niggas?
We'll find out. Right. I think as long as you don't say it like 72 times, you're okay.
You feel me? And no hard R's, right? No hard R's. But like people act like it devalues a person's skill or creativity or value just because they like something different.
Right.
Realistically, people were still enjoying the artwork. People were still enjoying, for example, clothing and stuff. A lot of people like them top line clothing and stuff. They kick out the thousands of dollars for them shirts and stuff, only to find out that the creator was gay. And it's not like they stopped buying the stuff. They continue to buy it because it doesn't, dictate what they get produced in the world. So yeah, that's so crazy though. But yeah.
Right. No, that's a fact. So I'm glad you brought that. And it's really a good, it's a good premise, and and we need more energy like that because it's very, very easy conflict. It's easy division, and the rice is very, very easy. It's not easy. It's writing a book, and you wrote 3 of them and got 3 in the chamber. I did not know that at all. So like, please, so the ones that are already existed, like what was the order of them? Like there's 2 poet books and a children's book. So what was the chronological order?
So the first one that came was Paperless Poetry. That was my first published book ever. That was like my little Hail Mary. I had to get it out, see if I could do it. I accomplished a goal, and I was like, well, damn, let me do it again.
Right.
The second one is my children's book. That's called 3 Kings and the Mouse. It's based on the story that I used to tell when I was working with children to help like the slow kids or the kids who always felt as though they couldn't do the activity. You always got some kid who has some kind of excuses why they can't participate. So This was my participation story. Like, no, you ain't got no excuse. If this mouse can do it, you can do it too. So, so I wrote that, and that's actually written in English and Yoruba. Yay us, because we got to do stuff. And my third book is a sequel to the first one. So this was Paperless Poetry 2 and Artist Addiction. Okay. This one, the poetry is mostly centered, like the first one, like I said, is a Hail Mary, so you get a little bit of everything. Even the chapters are actually named after myself, Grace, Precious, Love, and Givens, because each chapter is supposed to represent that part. However, Paperless Poetry 2 was specifically geared towards anybody who's fighting like an addiction, and not just like drug addiction, but like food addiction, alcohol, sex, whatever. It really kind of touched bases on all of those because during the time I wrote that, I was in transition of becoming healthier, trying to lose weight, trying to secure employment, which, a lot of places they drug test. So it's like, oh, I give it up. So all of that fun stuff. And like the first one was dedicated to my father. The children's book was dedicated to my nieces and nephews. The third one was dedicated to my now ex-wife. But the coming book, like the very next coming book, is actually dedicated to my mom because it actually has a lot of poetry that she helped me write in there.
Nice.
My mom herself wasn't a poet. However, she used to say a lot of poetic shit. Like it just be off the fly. Like she would say a whole lot of crazy random. Like if you know my mom, she'd say whatever the fuck she want. But every now and again, you would just get these clips of like, dang, that could be poetry, And I kind of stole them from her.
Nice. That's what's up, though. That's what's up. So that one you feel like is the next one in the list in the order. Indeed.
And this one is actually, it's going to have poetry in it, but it's more like a self-help book. It's called Grace Rules. I've been writing this one specifically for the last, I want to say 3 years. Someone had actually gave me the idea because they was like, yeah, you need to write a book called Grace Rules and let people figure it out. I'm like, figure out what? They're like, what is meant by Grace Rules? Like, are they your set of rules? Like, are you saying that your rule, whatever? And I was like, yeah, that's a dope concept.
Right.
So what I did was I took it and I did an experiment on myself.
Okay.
So like for the last, and I know it sounds crazy, right? But for the last couple years, I decided to do something radical and actually invest time and energy into myself.
Okay.
Like I'm really good at giving. I'm really, really great at burning myself out for other people, other jobs, and other things. But when it comes to myself, I can come up with 100 excuses. Oh, I can't lose weight because I don't have time. Oh, I can't, read this book because I ain't got time. All the excuses. So I decided to throw them away. And the book itself is kind of like a reflection of that and my advice to other people while they're going through that process.
No, that is very powerful because that's very relatable to a lot of people. There's always sometimes on the positive side and sometimes as, just to deflect from their own. But either way, people have a lot for others, a lot to say, whether it's encouraging, the ones that mean well, or the ones that are always talking shit about somebody else. You need to do this. Why y'all didn't do that? If I would, and it's like, nah, in either situation, like, yeah, find that mirror, worry about self first. And so for you, and in your case, and the people similar to you, like, yeah, it's definitely noble. It is wonderful. And like a lot of people, really fuck with you and appreciate you. I'm one of them for how much unselfishness that, that exists and that you embody. But if you wear yourself out, then you can't do that for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Yeah, Jay-Z, I can't help but pour if I'm one of them. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, start within and then let that piece, flow out to everybody else. So I'm glad you have that realization. I'm glad you're implementing it too, even more important. Because one thing, again, to say what everybody should do, but to actually be getting it done. No, that's good. It's very good. Yeah, salute to the comment there. Absolutely.
I missed it. Wait. I missed the comment.
Okay.
You know what? Thank you.
Okay, there you go.
Yes, barely. I see you, boo. That's my boo, y'all. Y'all just don't understand. That's my boo. She used to come to Post for Dinner all the time too, right? But then she moved, and before she moved, she ended up having like a stroke, right? But the thing is, she's so magnificent. Like she explained how her brain started to function, where she could only. I'm probably saying it wrong, but at one point in time, she could only like write in pictures. Like she see the pictures and stuff, and she'll be able to write. Well, whereas though some people, I think she became all right brain or all left brain. One of them controls pictures and one controls words. Whichever one it was, she became that side first. You understand? And she slowly started getting back. Now, mind you, before her accident, she was, and I believe she still is, slam champion and all that stuff, right? So she had to literally reteach herself how to talk, reteach herself how to perform, reteach herself how to write and all that stuff. So I'm sorry, I had to shout you out, boo. Love you, and I appreciate all of that love that you just gave me because you my boo thing, and I'm sorry. But yeah, back to focus. I told y'all know me. I'm random.
Right, you freestyle and just throw, do like they do, just throw random words. Which, by the way, so let's go. What was that? 2 weeks ago, your January Post for Dinner. So that was a freestyle.
Completely.
Wow.
Completely. And when I listen, I sat there, I had to run it back myself. I was like, yo, that sounds so dope. I need to like really memorize that shit because that was some dope. And what was so crazy is because I kept trying to perform memorized pieces that night, but I could not get them out whatsoever. Right.
I do remember that too. And then meanwhile, this one just like, hey, that's what needed to happen. That was what needed to be shared. Yeah, because that one flowed as like I think it was at the end. Like at the end, somebody else was like, yo, she just really freestyled that whole joint. I'm like, it was just so smooth the whole time. Like that was crazy. That was crazy. Let's talk about that. Like, where did the performance, kind of like? I just feel like, so you as a kid, like, was this you, or were you quiet as a kid and then it released, or just you've always been kind of consistently like an entertainer for peers? Like what?
Now this is what's so funny, right? It's because I'm still quiet now. I'm only like, I'm only like this for other people. Like.
I feel you. I'm laughing, but I feel you. I'm proud.
It's like all right. This is what I mean, okay? You know, most people, when you got in trouble, right, what did your parents do? Tell you to do what? Go to your room.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
You're grounded, no TV, no nothing.
Right.
My parents punished me by telling me to go outside. Like, for real, they said, put the books up, go outside, stop writing, go outside. Grace, one of these days you're gonna have to do something other than the nuisance that you're doing. Because I would write on everything. Like I would write on my pants, shirt, bus ticket, walls. It did not matter. If I had to do it, it had to come out. You feel me? And I was perfectly fine. I would be in my room for days, weeks, months at a time with no words to no one, and would have been happy. And so out of punishment, I would have to go outside. Like my mom would literally push me outside, lock the door, and I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? She's like, I don't care, film some steps until some kids come and play with you or something. I don't know, but get out. And I'm like, well, what if somebody snatches me? She's like, if you let somebody snatch you, you probably needed to go. I feel like it was hard. It was hardcore for me. Okay.
Right. Kids, us are growing up and kids growing up. My daughter is not the same. I love it though. I love those stories. You know what I'm saying?
No, for real. And then it was even worse because you know back then we didn't have social media and stuff like that, right? So you had no idea what anyone was doing. And when you get kicked out the house, you're literally walking around the neighborhood trying to find everybody bikes and hoping you run into somebody that you actually want to play with, or else you're stuck playing with Tommy, who you don't really fuck with, but he's the only kid available, but you don't want to be bored, you know?
Right. Yep. We know. Either y'all knew a Tommy or you were the Tommy, but we not trying to open up our own. That's
a whole nother path of trauma, right? But no, so it's like in my mind though, and I always said this because we watch TV. I'm like, Mom, I'm gonna be on TV one day, and I'm gonna do this. We're gonna go here, and I'm gonna be famous for talking. That's why I always kept saying I was gonna be famous for talking. Even when it came to like like kid, like 3-4 years old and stuff. You know, the kids play with the toys, and they be like action heroes, fight, whatever. Me, no, I was making business phone calls. Okay. I'm like, so yeah, we're flying to Paris tomorrow because we have a show in Vegas. It didn't make sense at the time, but it made sense to me. But I'm like, yeah, we got a show in Vegas, so we're flying to Paris. Craziness, okay? Craziness. I didn't know geography at the time, all right? But even point being, in my mind, I was always going to be like known for my work, but I wasn't actually performing or doing any of the things to help me get known for my work until my adult life. And then like as a grown up, it became easier. Like I did hit my first open mic when I was a teenager, but even then I was just hitting it not as like a performer. I was just hitting it as like, oh my gosh, I'm sneaking out the house. I'm doing something rebellious.
That's it. Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
And I'm like, and it's a place with words. And my mom told me I wasn't even allowed to write anymore. So, you know, I was a rebel.
I feel that. Now, how long have you been in Baltimore?
Well, technically speaking, my whole life, technically speaking.
Okay.
But if you're talking about performance-wise, I've been performing in Baltimore since I was 14, and I think that's about a good 18 years now.
Okay. Right.
Y'all can do math if y'all trying to figure out how old I am. But yeah.
Just threw that out there, right. Did you so your beginning, so the open mic that you're talking about, the first one you hit was out this way?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was the art conversation hosted by a guy named Ela Poet MC. Okay. And it was, I mean, of course it blew my mind because it was the first open mic I went to, right? Right. But it was amazing because the way the platform was set up is each artist would perform and the audience had a chance to ask the artist questions immediately. That's and part of the conversation. That's fine. Right. And even if you didn't have questions, you could give compliments, you know, all of that. And it was just always great. And if you didn't have nothing at all, the host will come up with a question himself to start the conversation amongst the audience. Right. And like, it will literally, like the flyer could say 8 to 10 or something, right? But the shit would go on forever because conversation, right?
Listen, no, there's not a nobody's no good open mic. Well, okay. A good open mic has to know how to cut it off, but no good open mic is probably, even the ones that actually ended 11. No, it was like 10:58. They're like, nah, for real, we got the building's about to kick us out, whether that's true or not. It sounds good. It's like a good, throw the bell to be like, all right, I think it's about time I should probably go home and get ready for work tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So like, nah, all like open mics stay running over. I don't know how many times, even if the official event has ran over, I'm still chatting it up with friends, with other poets, and it's like, yeah, man. Again, I should go. 'Cause, Grace, why don't anybody else run their open mics on the weekend? Why is Wednesday? I'm gonna keep asking to somebody give me. Why is Wednesday so popular? Why is the weeknight so popular? Why we don't like, a time where somebody can? Because it's gonna run late. So
Right.
can I please go home on a day I can wake up, late? It's not at 6 o'clock. Go to work. Like, help me out, please. What's up?
I can't speak for other scenes, okay, but from what I've seen in Baltimore,
Yeah.
okay, weekends are very, very hard to do, especially in Baltimore, because we are a college city and we have a whole lot of partying and parties to compete with, so it's like Monday through Thursday is a lot easier to get an open mic or get an event to go through because no one's going out to the club then. No one's, really concerned about getting that fucked up.
Right.
But Friday through Sunday, first thing that everybody's brain goes to is, I just got paid. It's Friday night. So they like, let's go to the club, get it right. You feel me? Either that or they're trying to get some, whatever, Fortunately for me, though, I took the challenge of taking Sundays for multiple reasons. Because number one, even though people gotta go to work usually on Monday, most of the times, especially because the last Sunday of the month is normally a holiday. Like the following day is the holiday. So most people, they're not going to end up going to work the next day.
Right.
So I kind of lucked up on that. Initially, I used to do the third Sunday, and that one literally left me like on the day of a holiday. So it was perfect then. But now I get lucky every now and again.
Okay.
But Saturdays, a lot of people like to do like concert event more so because that's better for date night. Open mics, I don't care how big your audience is, 90% of your audience is going to be other open micers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like people who come with the intention to perform. So you're actually like catering towards them versus the weekend is towards the audience.
Okay. Yeah.
In my opinion. It's no fact.
Right.
No real science, but just from what I've seen,
That makes sense. And I mean, yeah, no, and as far as, right, I feel you, as far as that is not a single shade at not a single other platform. It's actually love. Like I love going to them, but it's like, damn, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out, try to code this stuff. I'm like, damn, but I that definitely makes sense. It definitely makes sense. What just in general, kind of like, what are some standouts or just some experience as you've navigated the open mic community just locally? Like, kind of what, like, shout out to your man, the art of conversation. I never heard it. I like that, by the way. I like when, I get together and have conversations with artists from wherever and they pay homage to what we have before us. Cause that's one thing that's great about poetry. Like that's almost, it's almost mandatory. I've seen sometimes we try to lose sight of that, but people are really like, nah, I'm whatever you feel like of me, X, Y over here, like they're the only reason I do what I do. So just, I just want to give you a platform. And don't try to name everybody. You feel me? Like we're gonna get that out the way. Like she's not naming only the people that matter. You're just telling, little stories.
I am only naming the people that matter.
Oh,
like, Blue Lives Matter. Ain't that what they say? Like, oh, no, not even blue. No, they say, no, all lives matter. Ain't that what they say? They like, all lives matter. Like, hold up. Ain't nobody say they didn't. And if all lives matter, don't that include Black lives? Like, that's the point. Like, isn't that the fucking point? Okay, so anyway.
Exactly. You had to get there.
Like, all mics matter. Like, yes, that's the point. All mics do matter. So let's talk about the ones in a minute. Like, but no, in my experiences, some of my standout moments, well, Mike's or whatever, besides the art of conversation, was Warm Wednesdays. That was one of the longest running open mics in the country. Fuck Baltimore, fuck Maryland, like in the country. If I'm not mistaken, they just celebrated. Dang, last year they had celebrated, I want to say 16 or 17 years.
Okay, wow.
You know, and that's a great accomplishment because they was going every single Wednesday. They had stopped a couple years ago, but needless to say, it was a great event or not. You know the song Cheers, like the theme song from Cheers?
Yeah.
Right. That's how Warm Wednesdays was, okay? And they were crazy enough to let me stand at the door and hug people. And I don't know why I was crazy enough to want to hug people, but I did, and they let me, and it made it even warmer. So I was just grateful because it's not too many places that will embrace something as weird as that. Like, let's be real. That's something weird. Somebody come up to you like, so hey, do you mind if I hug people at your door? Like, yeah, I just want to give people hugs and compliments when they come in. He's like, sure, why not? You know. So there's that. Another great one. Oh, so many. Storytellers. Okay. Now, storytellers only went to once in physical presence. Okay. Now, it's an older open mic. And it was one of the original open mics of Baltimore as well. I personally found it from YouTube before I found it in person. And like, you want to talk about like people going live before we had Instagram and Facebook Live and stuff like that. They've been putting out great material. They were been recording their sets. They was been, posting it for everyone to find. And that's how other like artists like myself even discovered that there was poetry in Baltimore. You know.
Okay.
So it's like you have that. And last but not least, just because I don't want to monopolize all the time on the subject, but definitely Poetry Party. And the reason why I say Poetry Party is because they have taken, I don't want to say a fucked up situation, but a fucked up situation and turned it into straight gold. Like, I'm not saying that they was, because they was already doing well before COVID hit, right? But once COVID hit and their live stream, because of how efficient their live stream is and how clear, precise, and great their videography, yes, that's the word, videography is, it completely transformed everything. It allowed access to a whole world of people who didn't have access to it before. And they kind of give me Warm Wednesday feelings again because, it's a Wednesday, you get to get drunk, you get to hear some poetry, dance a little bit with a good DJ, and so I like stuff like that because I feel like we as human beings, we're dual spirited. Yes, we can be conscious and fight the power and all that stuff, right? But at the same time, we could also want to get drunk and want to twerk, and I feel like that gives me best of both worlds because I definitely be in there twerking.
Right, on both. Right, no, big salute. No, Poetry Party, straight up, hands down is my favorite open mic out here. Like, it's just like that's kind of I've adopted them as my home. I don't know if they know it or not. Keith might not have known that, but like, yeah, thank you. So, but not the whole thing.
Keith, just so you know, just in case you got confused, that was my home. I just want you to know.
Right. Very, very much so. So now, big salute to them. I love what they're doing, definitely. But no, that's good. Now, can you describe, if you can describe, like, what is your poetry style? And has it, and if it's changed, if you remember how it's changed?
My poetry style has definitely changed over the years because at first I was really addicted to using other people's voices instead of my own. Like, I wanted to read like Maya Angelou. I wanted to read like Love the Poet, all of the, great and stuff. And then I realized that niggas did not fuck with my shit because it sounded like everybody else. So now my poetry style is more so a nice fusion of my favorite people, but with a highlight and spotlight on grace. And like not just me, grace, but grace as in the extension of kindness, the extension of divine favor, the extension of having mercy on someone who isn't perfect. You know, every time I perform, sometimes I make mistakes on purpose because I don't like the idea that, especially at open mics. Now, if it was a paid performance, I'm gonna try to make sure it's. But at open mics, I'll make mistakes on purpose because I feel like people forget it's an open mic. We're all human beings. We're all, you know, trying to just express well, most of us are just trying to express ourselves. Some of us are out here trying to sell books, but reality is most people just want to get it off their chest.
Right.
And I just want people to feel comfortable. So I try to make sure people and myself feel comfortable in all realms of it.
Okay. That's fair.
I like your questions. You all serious and stuff? Hey, y'all. Side note, because I didn't even address this fact, right? Because this, like, I have to do it now because, like, he got the serious face on. He asking great questions, and he's so compelling and inviting. But I need y'all to understand, this is my baby for all of y'all. And
I was like, I'm not even going to cover
because we have metaphorical children, all right? Rick and Kim, okay? All four of them. And they're amazing children because they, you know, they're great with words. They're smart. You feel me? We don't have to feed them, clothe them, or anything because they don't really exist. But they're amazing. And I'm going to be honest, I was really, really nervous about coming on because I was like, I don't know what we're going to talk about. And I feel like you don't understand how random my brain is. But I'm enjoying these questions because it's allowing me to be random but focused at the same time. It's like you was ready for me. You was ready.
Yeah. And you swore, like, I don't know why you thought, like, and you haven't even really been cussing nothing crazy for real. Like, yeah, but nah, this was, this was gonna, it had no choice but to be fun. Like, I knew it was going to. So, yeah, so definitely, salute. So, yeah, I really didn't know about the books. So I'm glad, and this is like stuff like that. We have these conversations. It happens with everybody. We have conversations, and I always learn something new, like on the spot. So I got to pivot, be prepared to pivot off of whatever the pre-planned, you know, situation was. You know what I mean? So, nah, real cool though. So, let's definitely just talk about. So first of all, shout out to Carolyn because Carolyn is the one is the bridge. Yeah.
Yes, that's my boo. That is my boo. I love Carolyn. Like, let me tell you. Like, I know you did not ask, but I'm going to tell you. So, one of the reasons why I really, really fucking love her is because no matter what, she does exactly what she says. Okay? And if she's not going to do it, she won't say it. And she has literally been one of the only people I've met in my life who I can honestly say that about. And she was there that she said, when she first met me, she's like, Grace, I love all of this. I love it. I love you. And I'm going to support you and make sure all of my friends know. And you know how many times you hear that on a daily basis from different people, right?
It's like the more they say it, the more you're like, okay, yep. Yeah, the cap is going bigger. Nah, I feel
you feel me? And then I had the art retreat and she showed up with 4 people. And even before that, she'll show up to pose for dinner with brand new people like almost every time. She's like, oh yeah, girl, this is my friend from high school or my friend from work or my friend from my writing group. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how many friends do you have?
Facts. Yep, 100%. So I mean, you know, yeah. So we will definitely talk the writers retreat, but I feel like it was a few months before is when it even started. I started hearing about you, you know, knowing that I think she's the reason I knew about Poetry Party, but she would also mention, you know, there's Grace's Post for Dinner. She comes and cooks and all that. So like one day I finally made it to a show when I got to, you know, when I got to get food from you, and we had like a, you know, just a very, just kind of generic, general conversation. You were doing your thing at the open mic. I was someone that was there. That's your personality. We know we had a conversation. A little bit later, because she was there, but like, I don't know, she was here, she was there. But a little bit later was like when we actually got to interact directly. And then I decided I was going to go to the, you know, the retreat as well. So then like actually putting the logistics together, that's when you and I really got to know each other. And of course that is its own adventure.
Hey, y'all, he actually he helped me. He didn't even let me open no doors. He didn't let me carry nothing. He helped me, y'all. Y'all know how I feel about help. It's such a dirty word.
Nice.
That's how he got me pregnant metaphorically.
I need to know why are you like that? I had to tell you about yourself on the last post for dinner. I said, I'm just watching you just walk. I said, carry one more thing and don't even ask me to help. Just do it one more time. Just try it. Like, why? Was it like one of those, like, you know, and let a couple people that drop the ball enough times, I'm over it. Like, why is this? What is this? What is it about?
I have a very weird reason, okay?
Okay.
I'm 125,000% convinced that my brain is broken, okay? Because when I was growing up, I used to call my mom dad and call my dad mom. Like, in my mind, the roles was reversed.
Okay.
And I'm so used to being around strong women, my aunt, mom, grandmother, like my grandmother alone, okay? This woman carried a gun, a brick, and a knife in her purse.
Jeez.
Okay?
Wow.
She was ready for anything.
Actually, yeah.
Okay? So it's like when you come from women like that, it's kind of hard to be like, oh, I'm soft and fragile, come rescue me, when everyone's like, no, why are you being lazy? Like, that's just it. Like, you just being lazy. Like, you got 2 arms, you got 2 legs, you just being lazy.
Right.
You know? And then when I was in fucking high school, right? I had a weight training class. And this is really, really like, I'm gonna be honest, this is what put the icing on top of the cake. And it was like me and a couple other girls. The other girls was in there because they wanted to be, you know, fresh with the boys. Yay them. Me, I wanted to be in there because I wanted to go up against the boys. Okay? Especially because the boys kept saying girls couldn't lift. I, in my mind, was determined to prove to them not only could I lift, but I could lift more than them, to the point where I got to the point I was bench pressing 250 pounds. Easily.
Damn.
But keep in mind, at the same time, I was weighing about 275. So my mind was like, if I could bench press 250, I'll be able to lift myself up off of the ledge. Like if my car ran off of the ledge and I had to pull myself out, like I told you, my brain is broken. I think of worst case scenarios, okay? So I was like, I have to be able to at least lift myself. So I was bench pressing 250. And at the time, all that they could bench press was 225. So I got to be, you know, get my name up on the wall, got to stunt in front of them and prove that I was better than everybody. So after all of that, it's kind of hard to like just be in a situation where I'm like, all right, this guy get moved or this guy get done. And I'm just like, all right, I'm going to wait for somebody to come and ask for help. When I'm like, shit, I'm not doing shit. Let me go ahead and grab it. Right. You know, especially because everything else is light compared to 250 fucking pounds.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's fact. Oh, Carolyn joined at some point. Yeah. Salute. All right. You know, it's funny, and I am gonna put her out there. So you know, so when she asked me about the upcoming, you keep jumping around. We don't actually see now. We're both doing the thing because it's supposed to be just like a post, you know, artist retreat like promotion or whatever. But we'll get there. We don't keep jumping around.
I mean, come on. We got time. Plenty of time.
Yeah, we'll do it. So, you know, so I've been pressuring. What's up, Carolyn? I've been pressuring her because it's like she needs to be there, but she's like really saying no. I got the other scenario. You know, I got my other birthday plans, and I respect it. So that one day when she asked about the details, I told her, I'm like, oh yeah, we got one. And as soon as I answered her question, she was like, no, I'm actually asking for a friend. But even if that ends up being the case, which I'm holding out, I don't believe it, but that would be another example where she's finding somebody else for you to support you. Like, that's just what she's been on. Oh, she said, don't do it. All right,
But Carolyn, you gotta understand. You don't understand, but you got to understand how much you are loved and appreciated, and how much your presence will be loved and appreciated, and how much, you know, people enjoy the art that you contributed, and the dynamic of having your perspective in place, okay? Not to mention, we're going to Atlanta, so it's not like you're going to travel anyway for your birthday. You might as well travel with people who are going to make sure you have a great time. All expenses included. We're going to different open mics and everything. Like, I know last time I had, us locked away at the hotel, like out there and Get Out land, you feel me? But this time we're going to actually see other people, okay? We're going to see other people.
That's hilarious. Yeah, nah. So she, we're gonna talk shit the whole rest of the time. You know what I'm saying? If you do go, it's all love. If you don't go, it's all love. But we're gonna pressure you, just so you know that. Just so you know. So let me do that. Let me put that out there for the audience for what I'm gonna repost. So Carolyn is going back to her open mic called CJ's Place. So the next one, fact. So the next one coming up is Friday, February 18th. I am humbled to be able to be the host on that one, so I'm looking forward to that. That's gonna be fun. And then she's gonna run it back the very next week. Yeah, I love to say that. And on top of that, on that one, it's scheduled to have one of our other good friends from our writing group coming in from New York. So yeah, shout out, salute to Cash. Queen Warrior with a book and all that. We're gonna talk about all that. So yeah, that's gonna be.
Look though, that's love.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. That's a fact. Do you feel like, so yeah, this coming Friday and the next Friday, you feel like you can make an appearance on either one of them? Putting you on the spot.
Maybe for don't do it. Don't do it. Okay?
I think everybody keeps saying don't do it. Yeah.
Right, that's right. It's like don't do it, and you're just doing it today, huh? You just said fucking do it all.
Well, Carolyn, just tell you, no pressure, all pressure. You deserve it. Right. That's your shit.
All jokes aside, right? I believe I should be able to make it to this Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully I'm not dead tired because lately I've been working 3 jobs.
Mm.
Like my day starts at 4:30 and normally doesn't end until about 11. Like me coming in the house at 11.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's so I can afford to eat and feed people at the same time.
Right.
Like it's hard out here. This is something that they don't tell you about the process of divorce and stuff. And you didn't even warn me or none of that. I just want you to know this too.
I'm sorry,
Going from having a 2-income household to 1 income, it gets real fucking sad.
That's real life. That is very true. That is very true. You know why I didn't have is yours finalized?
No, not yet. I'm working hard. I'm working hard.
That's what I was about to say. I was about to say I like to promote positivity and shout everybody else out, but fuck PG County court system. It's 3 years now. I've been married. We've been trying to get divorced longer than we was. Well, I guess we still married, but longer than we was like active and happily married. So like,
right. Actively married. Right. I like that. Actively married.
Yeah, man. Like, how could I? I don't really. What can I tell you?
How the fuck? And the shit that killed me was, and no one warned me about this either, it's the fucking car insurance thing. Like, if you try to take them off, before you have to renew your policy, they try to increase your shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, what do you mean?
Yeah.
They're like, because you're still technically married. No, bitch. No. Fuck that. Sorry.
Right.
So I'm trying my best to make it. I believe I should be off on Friday, like my second job. Okay. No, my third job. My second and my third job, I believe I'm off on Friday.
But, okay, if you do so if you do not be showing up with no food. You are a guest for that one, okay? Don't be coming in trying to, I cook for y'all. Don't do that. Don't do it.
I make no promises.
Promise you, like, I'm trying to help you not be exhausted. We're not putting you on the, we're not trying to give you a 4th job on Friday. Okay? So it will be your fault. If you run yourself ragged, it won't be because nobody said we really need you.
Right. It's like, let the record show.
You know what I'm saying? Right. It's like Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Recorded, saved, and exported to Russia and China. It's all good though. So, all right, let's go ahead and talk about the wonderfulness, the excellence that was this very first retreat, so that so that we can get some new people to join up and they know what they can expect. So you set it up. This was Ocean City. Personally, that was actually my first time ever being in Ocean City. So salute to that.
Really?
Yeah, that was part of the draw. It's like, people been talking about this, this spot. Let me go, let me see what's up. So that was that. And yeah, just seeing, having an idea that, like again, Carolyn really, was really, a fan of this or pushing this. And I felt like, nah, I still was pretty new to you, but like, I was like, nah, this is going to be fun. But like, for me, I knew two people. And it was it was Carolyn and the other, individual that or one of the other individuals she brought us. So my man.
Don't forget, we had other people she brought, okay?
Yeah, right. And I was new to them too, right? So yeah, Chef and Carolyn was the only people I knew when I showed up to a location where it was ultimately like 13 to 15 of us total. Yeah. So that was beautiful from my experience, from my perspective. It was wonderful. So let me just like, what was some of just speak on it? Some of the setup, some of how it executed, all that.
Okay. First off, I am so grateful for that affirmation that you enjoyed yourself, like sincerely, because in my opinion, nothing went the way it was supposed to go, but went better. Like, I don't know how to explain. Somehow it was better than I imagined, even though we didn't do none of the things that I wanted us to do. We did like modified versions of some of the stuff, but if you saw my binder and how like planned I had everything, and how like I was like, at 8 o'clock we're gonna do this, and 9 o'clock we're gonna do this, and it was none of that. And I'm grateful for it, because it was really, really relaxing. Y'all was so wonderful, like so wonderful. So what made it so great for me was that each night we ended up doing something different. We had a good night. We had our which was really fun, because we got to get to know each other a lot better. Find out some very interesting information about some people. I had no idea that some people was into BDSM and stuff like that, and I'm like, whoa. Whoa. That's all we gotta do. That's all we had to do. We had great workshops that were interactive, and I really feel like our release and receive exercises definitely helped out a lot, like not just on the trip, but in life in general, because like it was a lot of stuff that we was around the circle saying, yeah, I want to manifest this, I would like this in my life. And as soon as we got back, I can't speak for a whole bunch of people, but for myself and the people who have confirmed it for me, like as soon as we got back, it was like, damn, something or somebody was listening, because this happened, this happened, and this happened. It's like, I don't know what you put in that food, but something like magic happened,
Yeah.
So, that was exciting. We got to, sightsee a little bit. You had the choice of going to the beach or the choice to go shopping across the street at the mini mall that was right there, and that was fun because we ran into fucking Lee Da Vinci on the beach.
That was so crazy. Shout out to Lee, bro.
Yes. She even felt like shout out to Akila, because she heard his ass. We was all the way by the water. I don't know how she saw or heard this man. She was like, Lee.
Like what? And that ass was Lee. Lee lives in Baltimore, in this area. We in this area, and we both went to Ocean City at the same time. Had no idea, and yeah, Akila's sonic ears was like, and probably eyes was like, that's him. And that actually was, bro. And then he pulled up because of the way the circumstances and the weather happened. He pulled up to the open mic, right? That part, like for the first time, like I ain't never been so happy that it was raining like rural. Right. At first I was sad because we were supposed to have been outside at the pavilion over. We were supposed to have been outside for our event, but we ended up staying inside the cottage over because of the weather. Okay.
And I was like, damn, it sucks that it's raining. The entire time I was like, damn, it sucks that it's raining because we should have been outside, but the ground was going to be too wet, whatever, right? And as soon as I'm sitting there getting in my feelings because it's raining, here comes Lee Da Vinci pulling up talking about, oh, I'm here because it's raining. I'm like, you know what? Thank God for the rain.
Salute to the rain, right, facts. Facts. Nah, you are exactly right. Everything worked out how it was supposed to work out. It was like, and I literally, it's so crazy, but so genuine for me to say, like, every single person I met at the function, it's like, whether it's people I'm gonna keep up with every day or just like, you know, the next event I see them and it's love again. But like, everybody that you brought out there was dope people. And I feel like, so even the whole, like, the little gang and people really getting comfortable, I think everybody had that energy. It's like, oh yeah, y'all cool. And as you see, you know, we Vegas with it. We not about to, y'all, you know, come to the next one if you want to, you know, hear, like, we not about to put nobody shit out there, right? So that's kind of like, that vibe was there. They're just like, yo, these are other people I can let my hair down with, get comfortable around. It's not really, we're not doing that judgment, any of that. We just all kind of came with our talent and our, you know, good energy and our jokes and showed out. And everybody else came with their erotic poetry. I ain't do that shit.
No, I was about to say, in the freestyle cypher, hold on, wait. No, you did drop a bar. Don't try that. Don't try that. You dropped a bar in there. You dropped a whole bar. Okay. But no, like, even the ciphers that we had, like, they weren't playing at all, in no way, shape, or form. But it was just like, fuck it, we're here. We got words. Let's make the word word.
Right. The energy was definitely there. The energy was definitely there. So it's like, I just real quick. You was like, we ain't really go around and do as much. Yeah, I promise you, I don't really feel like too many people felt like that. I actually suggest that for you for the next one. Like, I don't know if you got there and did the whole, well, here's what I have planned, but everybody's an adult, kind of do, like, definitely do that. Like, definitely leave free time, for whoever, but also, have some in the bag. Like, you know what I mean? That worked out just fine. You know what I mean? So I would definitely that theory, that plan.
Ashe, I'm here for it. Like, I kind of started trying mapping out the days, and I definitely tried to do it with a lot more room for whatever to happen.
Sure.
But I definitely wanted to include Atlanta-based, I don't know, because I don't want to say tourism stuff, because it's not tourism stuff. Like, let's be honest, we're artists. So us being artists, we'll never really do touristy things. But, like, we're going to their most popular open mics. We're going to see artists who specifically used to come up here. Like, if you've ever heard of, and I'm pretty sure most of America has by now anyway, Theresa the Songbird.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to be actually leading one of our workshops, which is amazing. Is an amazing gift to us because, she's been featured on Bounce TV multiple times on multiple networks, including HBO, Stars, and all the stuff, like, for various shows that she's been featured on and hosted, and great things, okay? So she'll be actually hosting a workshop teaching us about performing, which I feel like we can definitely benefit off of. Like, she's been Grammy nominated more than once. I believe she actually received the Grammy last year for her performance at the Bounce Awards. I don't know. Anyway, so we got that going on, okay? Then there's the actual local open mics that's there, like at the Apache House. I think I'm saying it wrong. Am I saying it wrong?
Apache's right.
Yeah. We're going to them. You feel me? We're going to go see, some of our Atlanta family who was here but moved down there.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I don't know why Atlanta be taking out people, but they be taking out people. You feel me? My hopes and dreams, honest to God, is to also get, I don't know if you heard of this artist named Ashley Yu. She's the singer from Baltimore. When I tell you, as soon as she opens her mouth, you're going to start crying because she sings that fucking great.
Okay.
You feel me? I'm hoping that we get to stop past her open mic as well because she does host one down there too. But yeah, we got some planned things happening, and then we also have the after party that's going to be at the mansion that we're staying at. Where if the people in Atlanta are going to be able to come to the.
By the way, where are we staying again? We're staying where?
In the mansion.
Okay, all right. You just kind of threw that out casually. Oh yeah, we stay at the mansion. We're gonna stay at. Okay.
Yeah, the mansion. Something's like, you feel me?
Like,
just land,
right.
Right. Jacuzzi tubs and shit. Regular shit, some fake shit.
Check a list. Did you hear that, Carolyn? She is still.
I'm just saying, something's like, you feel me? It's just a almost bedroom mansion. That's all.
Right. Okay.
You know, something regular.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
You feel me? I mean, I'm just saying, you're my baby father. You have priority right now,
I
okay?
appreciate it. There you go. Thank you. Right now, she said right now.
But so yeah, the mansion has 2 kitchens in there. It has a game room. It has a movie theater type little situation thing in there. So it's gonna be pretty deep, pretty dope. A huge, like I said, hella land. Yeah. I don't want to give too many details about the mansion away because I kind of want y'all to still have an element of surprise when y'all get there. You feel me? But it's really nice. Each room has like 2 queen beds in there. So if you are sharing your room, you're gonna be sharing it with somebody either that you 1 know, or 2, someone who I feel as though won't kill you in your sleep. Like, I feel like that's kind of important.
That is a little bit, right? 7 days. Why you want to miss day 4 because you died in day 3 in your sleep? That'd be terrible.
I'm just saying, you know, and day 4 is when shit get real, you know.
Oh, okay. See, there you go. Out of control.
A mess.
Out of control. So, what made you identify? Like, what made you make Atlanta, you know, the next place?
Well, like I said, because we have a lot of Poets for Dinner family that moved down there and stuff, and they kept hitting me up talking about, they wanted to go to Ocean City, right? Mm-hmm. But they was like, they would have to get to Baltimore first, and it was a whole mess. So I was like, well, don't you worry, we're gonna come to you. You feel me? Atlanta's not my last stop either. The way my mind is set up is every April we're going to visit our out-of-town family. Because we actually have people, like I said, that was from Baltimore that moved there, or people who are there who literally came to Baltimore specifically for Poets for Dinner. Another artist by the name of Louis Confliction, he's down in North Carolina, I believe. Him and T. Walker, who's also in North Carolina, that's our next stop next April, because I want to go see them. And I know for a fact, North Carolina, their asses, they've been waiting for us, okay? Just like Atlanta been waiting for us. Like, they've been waiting for us, because we got a lot of family, you feel me? In October, I will be doing another artist retreat in October. We're going to another beach. I feel like October is a good beach month because it's not too hot and it's not cold yet. You feel me? And like, I understand everybody likes to go to the beach on a nice hot day, but me personally, I hate it. Cause like, on top of being wet from the water, now you're wet from sweat plus sand. It's too much. I can do sand in mild temperatures. I can't do sand in burning up. So yeah, sorry. I also like to go out the country with y'all, but that will require people to have passports and not have like convictions and felons and shit like that. But we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
There you go.
You said Charlotte. We can go to Charlotte. I know Charlotte.
Yeah.
So that means you're going.
Uh-oh.
You gave me suggestions. Oh, that's another reason why we end up in Atlanta. I don't know if you remember, but like on the last day when we sitting there having our little conversation about if I was gonna run it back and all that stuff.
Right.
Somebody, I'm not saying no names or pointing, but the person whose name I'm pointing to, whose name I'm not saying, you feel me? Love Poet 18, because I'm not gonna say their real name, but they know their real name. Okay.
Right.
That was one of their suggestions.
Okay.
You know. She said yes to NC. Okay, you say yes to Atlanta too.
Right. Right. But you know, I'm definitely with Carolina. I grew up there. I grew up in Greensboro, so I'm definitely down for a trip there. So when we figure that one out, definitely let me know.
Shoot, no. What you mean when we figure it out? Because you know you from there, so you already know where we should go and okay, cool.
Exactly.
Thank you for volunteering to help plan that trip. You were so sweet, baby father. I knew it.
Not true at all. Like, so see, here's the difference, right? So Carolyn, you know, she's not live, so she's not, but she's strong, you know, has resolve too. I'll just be like, nah, that's not. No, that's not. And here's why. Like, I grew up in Greensboro, a little tiny ass Greensboro. I really actually don't know Charlotte. Now I might be in Charlotte in the summer, so I might actually be able to go. So, but yeah, you know. So when I am ready to volunteer, I will come get you. You're not about to, because you know what? I'm glad you did this because, you know, it took me a little minute to decide I was going to do the Atlanta retreat. And so I finally came to you 2 weeks ago. It was like, okay, yeah, now we getting it. I'm put the deposit and all that. You was like, yeah, that's good because, you know, I try to have some people feature and you was going to be one of them. I'm like,
oh, yeah, by the way, yeah, just in case you didn't know, you know.
Yeah, I feel like, no, that's cool. In January, that's cool. But I'm like, when the fuck was you going to tell me? Like, it seemed like you was just going to, when I get to it, like, oh, so here's our itinerary. We had this workshop, and Jamel, you're going to feature tomorrow in Atlanta. And that would I'd have been like, no, I'm not.
No. It was going to be more so like we was going to pull up to the Apache, right?
Yeah.
And we was going to get out. Everyone was going to sit down at the table. We was going to order the food. You feel me? Because the food is going to be on me. Just so y'all know, once we get there, the food is still on me. Okay. Like, I'm dead ass serious. Y'all not paying for shit. So anyway, once we get there, you know, sit down. We get ready to eat. You feel me? I'm like, yeah, you go ahead, order appetizer, baby father. Go ahead. And what you want to drink? Go ahead and get whatever you want to drink. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good. You want the steak? Get the steak. Get the steak. Get the steak. Oh, yeah, by the way, you are first. Like, oh, yeah, you are first.
Yeah, no, that's why I can't. This is why I'm always because of shit like that. This is why I don't say it. Yeah, gentleman Noah Stone Chicago is saying, what's up to you?
Hey, Noah. First off, Noah, I wish I could get Noah to go with us. If I can get Noah to go with us, that would be amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you, because he's an amazing violinist and he's an amazing writer. Okay. And a lot of people don't realize how great of a writer Noah is, because he spends a lot of time hiding behind his violin. I'm not, you know, throwing shade or nothing, but I'm just saying, you know, the brother can write some poems, okay?
That's a big salute, big salute.
And he is definitely posted in the family because I can't tell you how many times he saved us, okay?
Okay. That's what's up. Big salute. So yeah. So I'm don't be last minute at me. That don't work. I just say no, respectfully.
Like respectfully? No.
No. But it's definitely humbling that you were even like, thinking along those lines for us, for myself. So I'm like really trying to take that one seriously. I'm looking forward to it. But we're gonna have fun for real. We're gonna definitely have fun. So this is coming up. This is coming up on April 15th, lasting, I believe that's a Friday.
April 14th. It's April 14th. Okay. Yeah, April 14th through the 20th. Okay. He's not wrong in saying the 15th because initially that's how it was advertised. However, due to wonderful traveling and stuff like that, we had to move it to the 14th so I can afford to have everybody go on the same plane versus us having to take two separate planes. Okay. And even though it could be done because we're grown-ups and you expect that grown-ups can follow directions, I, however, know that we are grown-ups and grown-ups never follow directions. So I felt like it's just a lot easier if we just fly together.
Got it. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Either way, I'm saving up my little PTO. I keep being back and forth. Like, I don't know. I feel like this is me personally. Like, I'm gonna tell them I'm gonna have the days off. But one of those, like, I'm actually real. Like, I don't need to do a lot. So one of those days I might just be, at the crib, and it's like, man, let me just pull this shit up and be online. I ain't about to do nothing for real, but like, let me get my little work day in regardless, and then just turn up, whatever the evening activities are. But regardless, I'm making that time available. That's the bet. So I'm really looking forward to it. You know what I mean? But yeah, and I think we're pretty good. Like I said, first of all, I didn't know where this was gonna go, but I knew I was gonna enjoy the ride. That happened. Second part. So
I like that.
Yeah, no, this is fact. So I'm sorry, we say is Carolyn still on? So she's still on. Yep. So Carolyn is a multiple published author. Carolyn actually supposed to be. This is supposed to happen. Well, I ain't gonna put her live if she don't want to be, but like she's next. I ain't forgot. I don't know if you thought I forgot, but we supposed to do an episode as well. But she has a lot of books, and I'll be happy to talk with them. So salute to you having a lot of books. And both of y'all, it's like y'all kind of describing them like tattoos. You went to the parlor, you got your first tattoo. You was like, all right, now what's the next one? You know what I'm saying? But like getting that first one, getting over the hump on that first one is big. So like really, big salute for that one. But yeah, no, just to kind of, again, me knowing you, and it's only been a year, you would have think like the way something will interact, you would think me and you go back like 10 years. It's crazy.
Easily, right?
Not even a full year. So, definitely looking forward to, many more memories, continuing to see, your progress, your accomplishments and all that. I guess, this was like the adult. Kelly said the same shit, like, oh wow, he's all, sophisticated and I appreciate it. I'ma still act up. Like, don't worry about that. Atlanta, we're gonna act the whole ass next Friday and the Friday after that. And we're gonna have some fun, there too.
Right, you gonna act the whole ass. I'm ready.
That's a fact.
I can't wait to see, like, okay, I feel like this is my preview into you hosting. I can't wait to see you host like live, like host the open mic live. Because like you as a performer is the beast as is, right? But I haven't had the luxury of seeing you host something like live, okay? So I feel like once I see that, it's going to be a whole nother, you know what? We're going to end up having to have the fifth child. We're going to end up having to have a Lee.
You are.
So it's going to go from metaphorical to metaphorically.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Nah, but it really is fun, like the whole. But you know what? Like, honestly, the thing, because what I do, I think, have I done one or two CJ's plays? It was definitely one. And it's like, that one it's a lot easier to be more kind of, just chill. Like, that was more. So it was basically like kind of what I was on at the writers retreat was kind of that energy, because it's like 8 of us, but we all having a good time. But like, it's fun like that. That's it's fun to see these type of positive environments kind of bring see what it brings out of an individual or whatever. Because like definitely. That's why I laugh at you. Like, I'm actually incredibly quiet, but if people are seeing me in all the open mic scenes, they're like, shouldn't me that one him?
Yep. Yep.
You know what I mean?
You know what? All right. So first off, I have a question for you, but before I ask you a question, let me just say this real quick. Okay. So something funny happened to me when I was at one of my jobs. This guy, he came in, cause like I'm normally quiet, whatever, right? But like if the job calls for me to be loud and rambunctious, I'm loud and rambunctious. So at one of my jobs, I'm kind of have to be because it's customer service, so I'm trying to be bigger than them, or whatever, right? So guy comes in, he's talking about, oh, you must be new here. Mind you, I worked there for about 3 months at the time. Okay. But he's like, yeah, you must be new here. Don't worry. Next week, you ain't going to have the same energy because, everybody comes in so bubbly, whatever, right? And he's like, everybody's always so nice when they first start. And I'm like, no, that's just my personality. He's like, all right, we're going to see you in the week. I bet you $25 in the week, you ain't going to be as nice. Okay? So, mind you, a month go past. I forgot about dude, forgot the conversation and everything, right? He literally walks up to the counter and he goes, oh my gosh, hands me 25. He goes, I can't believe it. I was wrong. I said, what are you talking about? He's like, you're still so nice. I said, what are you talking about? And what is this for? Your stuff only came up to you, whatever, right? He said, no, this is 25. Oh, I betted you money that you wasn't going to be nice. And God damn it, I was a liar. You still nice to everybody. Like, I don't understand. He was like, shit, you was nice to me. And I told you was going to be a bitch in a week. I said, hey, yo, for real, I forgot who the fuck you was. I was like, but now that you reminded me, now I can be a bitch. Thank you for reminding me.
Right, I got to go get that money.
You feel me?
That's funny.
So, like, I said it to say, I completely agree with you because it's like you yourself have an image of yourself or what you think that you know about yourself, right? And then the world has what they receive from you and how they received it from you, you know? And a lot of times you think your energy is just like some basic level shit. And for some other people, it's like, no, that was everything the fuck I needed.
Yeah.
And even with how calm you are, it's like, honest to God, sometimes niggas need that shit. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to be hyped all the time. We don't need that. And then even on the flip side, it's like you give a different perspective as well. It's not just, okay, I'm calm and quiet. No, you're calm, quiet, and observing and soaking in and taking in and processing the information. So that way, when you regurgitate the information, you're not just giving out bullshit. You're actually giving out some real good ass shit. You feel me? So I want to also note that for you. Okay. The question that I have for you though, kind of still in the same line. I know you're supposed to be questioning me, but as a person who performs, who writes and hosts, right? Which hat do you think is the most, I don't even want to say nerve-wracking, but like gives you the most anxiety?
So writing, performing, and hosting.
Yeah.
I say the hosting, because see the thing with writing is writing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's I can kind of do that whenever. As far as performing, even with performing, like I have no problem. I prefer to go as early as possible, actually, because the sooner I go and I get mine off, now I'm on fan mode the whole rest of the time. Now I get to chill. Now it's just relaxing because like I just, that's one thing I think anybody, brand new, newish, old, like that I've learned from other veteran poets. You never stop getting nervous. So don't look for that. You never stop getting nervous because you always give a shit about it. You always like, we're gonna care, and because of that, it's gonna be very important. But as soon as people get started, most of the time, that's the other thing. I suggest cut that whole disclaimer shit out. Just start. Just do your poem. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you forgot that you was nervous. You already got into it. You know what I mean? But anyway, so it's like, yeah, I go up there, I do my thing, and I'm done. But like hosting, like, no, I'm keeping it going the entire time. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So it's like, yeah, kind of the piece of me that's, the unselfishness, to trying to make sure, like knowing very well, how I feel if I'm brand new or whatever the case is, I need that edification. I need people to build it up or keep that energy set for the next person. Like, yeah, I take that, just knowing, seeing other people again, observing how, good friends of mine and people I respect, how they hold it down. It's like, I want to try to be at that level. So therefore, that's a high, that's a lot of energy needed. So
I say that's real.
That's definitely where I am with it. How do you feel about those?
For me, it's an equal. All right, so writing, I don't really feel no anxiety about writing for real until I start to perform it.
Okay.
Because I can say whatever the fuck I want in the privacy of my home. But the second I'm like, this might actually be decent enough for me to share with somebody, and then you realize if you put intimate details in there, and even though the audience themselves don't know what the fuck you're talking about, right. Someone who it might be about might be in the audience, and you like, fuck. So that part makes me kind of nervous. And there's always somebody in the audience who I was talking about in one of my poems. I swear to God, I don't know how it happens, but every time in my mind, like I'll be practicing the poem all week. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do this on Wednesday. It's gonna hit hard. The audience gonna fuck with it because they can relate, whatever, right? And I get in there, and if for whatever God for sake of reason, the angels, whatever you want to say, they just whisper in this person's ear, like, what, tonight's a great night to go out to poetry night and sit in the front row. Like, so she can perform this poem that she wrote about you.
To you.
You feel me? So then it's like, I'll be so confident, like, yes, fuck that bitch. And then the bitch is sitting right there, and I'm like, fuck that. Not you, but you. That's funny. And then hosting gives me so much anxiety though, because similar to what you said, right? One, you kind of control the energy the whole night, but two, like I be so nervous hosting because like I'm like, what if the person sucks? That's my biggest fear, is to have sucky fucking people.
That's real though. That's real.
And it's like, I can't sit here and get mad because I'm like, what? My message to everybody is there's a messenger for every ear and an ear for every message. So this person sucked to me, but he might have been good shit to somebody else, whatever, right? But I'm sitting there like, yo, what the fuck are we supposed to do with red dog, blue dog, one fish too? Like,
Oh my God.
like, how do you host from there? That's the part that kills me. It's like, how do I host from, oh, I slaughtered my whole family and the dog died and the train ran over my cat and my grandmother won't.
Thank you. Just go to that. It's like
nothing good has ever happened to my life. Like nothing.
right.
Nigga, so the fact that your bus didn't crash on your way here wasn't good. Like the fact that you walked in the door wasn't good. You just ate for free, that wasn't good. You know, all these artists that came before you who spent all this dope poetry, that wasn't good. But nothing good happened in your life. Okay. And it's like the petty side of me, right, really wants to give everybody on-site counseling, like, bitch. Like, bitch, be happy already. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck over your. But then, like, the artist side of me is like, Grace, you know, you gotta respect their artistry. Because if you put your poem out there, you put your heart and soul in your poem, you want somebody to respect it too. But then on the other hand, it's like, they suck.
Oh, dear. So
the audience is not clapping because they suck, and you're telling the audience to clap for somebody who sucks. You sound like a hip. So it's like, yeah, I get real bad imposter syndrome. That's the word. I get real bad imposter syndrome because I feel like I know I belong there, but I don't feel like other people always belong there.
That's not imposter syndrome. I mean, for them, you don't have third hand.
Imposter syndrome. So the imposter syndrome comes on because it's like I'm sitting there smiling and waving and doing all the things like, oh, that was awesome. When in my head, I'm like, oh my fucking God, don't you pick up a pen ever again in your life.
That is hilarious. So I haven't hosted long enough to actually have that. I've been spoiled. Like, so for example, the last CJ's place, actually, I'm the one that forgot my shit, which was weird. Like, I actually haven't done that in a very long time. But like, yeah, no, like, I have not hosted. I've been thinking, I can't imagine nobody is like, what would I do in this situation? Some of y'all have actually had to deal with it. Like, that's the thing. Open mic is open. It's everybody. You don't know what's going to happen. The one thing about the one thing about me is like, that's why, you know, I always laugh when you get to like the 3-minute edification, you know, this person is boom, bam, and they're this, and I just know they're about to be like, that's the one time where you done set them all the way up, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know, that's real, bro. Yeah, but like, you know what? And again, I can even say that. I can say that, and I'm gonna just keep a straight face. I have not been. Well, I only went to one Poets for dinner. Nobody sucked. Like, my man unfortunately froze up, you know, whatever. But even that, like, that shit was like, you could hear like this shit was fire. It was different. If somebody's forgetting good shit, that's different than when they, you know what I'm saying? Like I can hear, nah, there was something there. So, you know, Noah was saying, you know, that's your your platform is one of those where, like, yeah, all the skill levels are welcome, and that's real. That's real. But like, for me, suck is the one who swears they're a Queen Sheba, you know what I'm saying, Orville, and just walk up straight up like that, and then they come up there, and it's like, what?
The sun and the moon and the tide.
Yeah. And then so now you're like, okay, we're turning the corner, right? And then 30 seconds later it's exactly the same. I'm like, oh no. Let me go get the drink real quick, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's me. I always write, I never want to be that person. Like, I know, you know, that's kind of, I just never want to be that. Funny, yeah, as far as like, you know, my style, like, I've grown to accept that I'm just going to be, like, I'm just going to write layered. I don't expect people to get everything the first time. I hope they give a shit to try to watch it, run it back. Like, that's, you know, because he could easily write it off. Like, man,
run it back.
You're right. You can confuse that. That's confused the shit out of me. I'm not messing with. But when they say I ain't really, but I'm gonna check it out again. That's like that's love. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could have written it off a long time ago. So yeah, no, that's it's this whole shit is fun. Like the journey is just fun. There's so much there is to an open mic. You know, just that whole atmosphere. And I think one of the things that's hilarious is some people still, you know, Love Jones is the stereotype, the open mic stereotype, right? And some people really swear, yeah, all the time, right? And everybody's dressed down to the T's, and every dude is trying to seduce a woman, and you know, all like that's how all the. It's like, man, that's how I know y'all haven't been in a minute. Like, it be some wild shit that happened. So.
For real, like I feel like, all right. So a couple years ago, I heard from a greater poet than myself, right? That artists. The only reason why I say artists because he used poets specifically, but I'm gonna say artists because we have singers and stuff who come out too, right?
Absolutely.
Every artist is trying to sell something, either themselves, their book, or the next show, right? And the thing is, you just have some better salesmen than other people.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, it's really rare that you'll actually have real, actual good artists now. All you have is either real good salesmen or really bad salesmen. Because most of the parts, like the poems and stuff that we write that really probably are our best pieces, are also our most emotional pieces, so they never get hurt. And I was like, well, that's a fucking idea and a way to look at it. And I'm like, shit, I'm mad because you're right. Because some of my best pieces, like if I sat here and go through my cat, I'm like, yo, this hit so hard. And I think about trying to perform it for an audience. And I'm like, yeah, no, it's not going to happen.
I want to do that, yeah. I feel that. No, that's actually interesting that you say, like, that's kind of going to be the theme of this year is because some of my best poems are like my super sarcastic shit, and usually that's like, okay, I've been having to deal with whatever. Now I got something to say, so it's like that's cool. They hit and all that, but it's like some of those it's time to write that out and get that out of here and move on from it. But so like like the one that the one I did 2 weeks ago. That's an example. It's like some of those gonna come out and we gonna say some talk some shit. Or whatever, but at the same time, I'm cleansing. I'm also cleansing of that. I'm not gonna live in those just because they're popular. Like I'm not about to get tight to the. Not that but I'm not even gonna get to that point where it's the angriest, the bitterest, the he hates, and nah. But when pushed there,
we're right. When pushed there, I have it in the arsenal. You feel me?
Right.
Oh my gosh, that reminds me of this. Like, all right, I was gonna do my old poems and stuff. And I found this one poem. I was like, I don't know who the fuck pissed me off so bad, but like, if poems could kill, this poem would have killed some fucking body. Cause like, I was sitting there cursing their fucking flock. Okay, flocks of sheep. Okay. Do you know how pissed a person has to be? You sit there cursing their fucking flocks of sheep.
Yeah. That's I don't. How did that happen? Like, I was thinking about like, damn, what did they do? Right. Did they ever show up in the front row when you went to perform that one?
I've never performed it.
Oh, you never.
I never performed it, but I really should though. It was like terrible. It was so terrible. Like so terrible. Like I cursed their big toe, their mama's like nose. It was a lot, but it wasn't like I was like, yo, fuck this or fuck that. I was more like poetic with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I hope the rains of hell make your mama's feet swell, some shit like that. Like, okay, like some petty ass shit. Like it was terrible. It was terrible.
Yeah.
I think poets are the pettiest people in the world. I'm not like our brains are so weirdly like wired that even when we try not to be petty, it still comes out petty.
All right, then that'd be the best part. They like, damn, you had to. I'm like, really? That actually wasn't me really going in, no, for real. Damn, that was crazy though. I've been there. Yeah, there's a bunch of people that said like, yeah, you should. Yeah. The last thing you want to be is the subject of a poet's breakup poem. That is not. That's gonna be some shit.
That part. That part. And then we got poetic license.
Mm-hmm.
We would literally turn a molehill into a fucking mountain.
all day. Yeah. So that's not. That's what I don't understand. I'm like, I actually do say that all the time. It's like, you don't have a problem with me, you should probably just swing on me. Like, we're gonna do a war of words. That's not a good.
It's not gonna work.
That's not a good idea. Because I don't.
Not gonna work.
Because I have thicker skin. So even if we write, even if we are witness about the same, like, it's gonna take a little bit more to get me. I'm gonna probably hurt their feelings. And then it's like all the people that'll really get at me, like, Grace, I'm never gonna fall out with you. Carolyn, I ain't gonna never, you know what I'm saying? It's like the people that'll really get at me, well, we're great friends. so that is even worse. Like, you're not even good at what you do and you wanna come at me? Like, that's not
that part. Well, first off, sir, I would never, ever, ever, ever in my life of life try to go at a battle of words with you. I'm trying to, like, this entire conversation, I've been trying to remember either the name of the poem or at least a line from the poem so I can get you to either, like, run that shit back to something that you did at a poetry party. It was like, you just went the fuck in. Like, I don't know who pissed you off, but they pissed you the fuck off. And you was like, you know what? Let me remind y'all, I know how to write, okay? I know how to write so much that I'm going to use this word to start the next sentence and end this sentence while at the same time meaning something completely different while using another word that's similar to it, but it's not the same word. Oh, but goddamn. Okay. Nice use of assets.
Right. Yeah, I appreciate that. I don't know which one you referred to. But I've had a couple, like, there have been two, like, the favorite joint that I did was like in the middle of the poem, was like, my notes against y'all, that's fire. Oh, that's fire. I would have battled my notes.
Right, my notes against the word. Like, you feel me?
That's a bar. But it sounds like you need to do one of them joints where you record yourself on the violin and record yourself writing, because how you started saying he's nice with the pen. It's like, you should hear you do your own thing. You know what I mean? I'm gonna definitely check him out. Because I don't. Yeah, like a cosign from you is is automatic for me. So
Noah is sick. Okay, he is sick. We actually wrote this piece together called "Vampires for Valentine's Day."
Mm.
Noah, Valentine's Day is on Monday. What are we doing? We haven't practiced at all. I'm sorry, completely sidebar. But I just realized Valentine's Day is on the fucking Monday, and we did not perform Vampires Valentine's at no open mic yet. This is fucking ridiculous. But anyway, so it talks about how bad people suck.
I like it. I like it. What's something that's in the queue? What's one of the next poems that you feel like is you got to share? Something or like a topic, you know what I mean? That you got to share with us.
Well, I've been trying to memorize this poem called Kitchen Therapy. It's an old poem, but like I kind of added to it, so it's like a rewrite of an old poem.
Yeah.
And I really like it because I feel like it allows people to understand that my relationship with food is a lot different than most people's.
Mm.
Especially because it's like my relationship with food has changed a lot as well. I used to be one of those people who used to eat for the pleasure of eating. And now I eat with the perspective and the mindset that food can either be poison or it could be medicine.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been trying to use food as medicine more so than poison these days.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to definitely memorize that. It's kind of short. I can share it with you real quick if you like.
I ain't gonna turn down like, I'm not gonna turn that down. All right. Floor is yours.
I like to cook when I feel overwhelmed. Something in it reveals a lot about myself. If I don't know how to feel, I'll take out my frustration on my home-cooked meal. But if I feel good, I'll cook a whole menu. Might even bake a dessert or two. You see, the kitchen be my playground, my haven and refuge. It brings back the days where joy is all I knew, where family laughed and taste tested love, where you knew exactly what you were made of. They say if you can't stand the heat, then stay out the kitchen. So I turn up the heat and burn away any remnants of indifference or resistance. I realize not everything can be solved with food, but I know no other way to alter my mood. When it comes to cooking, you only get what you put in. So excuse me as I escape into my kitchen.
Okay. I like it. I like it. I like it. I feel
Thank
like
you.
no, you did not. Okay. I was gonna ask, was that one that you had shared with us, like, you know, the retreat or something? I don't feel like you did.
At the retreat, I did the noodle poem.
Okay. Yeah. Because I know you spoke on, you know, the all yet situation or whatever. So okay. Nah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Nah,
I definitely did a noodle poem because I like writing about food because food is very interesting. Like when you really, really think about it, and not to make people, you know, really
you about to do
gloom
whatever
or
you
nothing,
say
right?
not to make. You about to do it. So go ahead.
Of course I am. Of course I am. But I saw a meme, right? It says, you know how we farm for food and stuff, right?
Yeah.
What if the earth is farming us because we're the earth's food? Because, you know, when we get buried, we decay and all that good stuff. So technically speaking, we can eat that. Yeah.
Yep.
So I feel like if we're that similar, we can write poetry about food. Not to mention, you already know Chef, he be his ass in words and food. And shout out to Chef James. Okay. I thought I wrote about nasty stuff and food. That man right there.
Yeah.
I would definitely buy his cookbook.
Right. Right. Exactly. Now, big salute to Chef. Yeah, I ain't seen bro in a minute. I think he'll be around on that second one on the end of the month. So
okay.
Salute to Chef, salute to my fellow Powell, Sierra, salute to Hollywood, every my dog what are the two, the couple? I can't remember their names right now.
Lady and Chuck.
Yes, Lady and Chuck. It's like every single person at that retreat was fire. So any and everybody that's coming to the next one, that'll repeats, anybody that's new. Chef enjoys the word, what is he enjoys a couple words. He said, enjoys word soup in general. Okay.
Yeah, word soup. Okay.
That's a fact. Yeah. No, I like that dude. Yeah. So, but nah, like everybody that was there, I can't say that enough. I'm looking forward to those same type of memories coming up in Atlanta, and even shit along the way. Like, so, you know, so one of those, you have another post for dinner coming up at the end of the month, and your feature is none other than
Keish the motherfucking lioness. Okay, yes, I had to say it like that. You gotta put some respect on her. Listen, she is the host of the year from the Baltimore Crown Awards. Okay,
Yep.
She also had won open mic of the year from the Baltimore Crown Awards. Okay, on top of that, if you've ever been to the poetry party, you understand that that's a whole experience in itself. It's like a whole new world. Like up here on the red carpet, it's a whole new world. Like, yeah. Okay, so I'm really, really excited because even before the poetry party, I've been a fan of Keish because she also does something called the Sister Sessions, and I've been like kind of socially distant supporting because you're not allowed to say stalking. You know, that's illegal. Stalking is illegal, but you can support from a distance. Back when she was doing sister sessions, even before the poetry party became the poetry party, when she was just doing words and wings Wednesdays. Like, I'm a fan, okay? Yeah. I can't wait till she published her book because I will read it 10 times over because she's a woman who's lived lives within lives.
Yeah.
And even though February, you know, is all normally about Black history and love or whatever, right? She's going to kind of give us the best of both worlds because if you know her as an artist, a mother, a lover, and a friend, whatever aspect you know her as, she always got something good to say, like some good information to give in any way that she does, you know. So I'm really, really excited. Poets for Dinner is absolutely free. However, those tickets are technically speaking almost sold out already. I think last time I went on there, we might have like 10 tickets left. I normally do like a maximum of 40 tickets. Though I realize that not all 40 people show up. I do 40 because that's the most amount of people I can have in the space, period.
Okay.
You know, so I'd rather us not go over and people try to stay safe as possible. But yeah, we're almost sold out. And the menu is pretty awesome. It's not posted on my social media, but on the on Pose for Dinner website, which is posefordinner.com, you can see that she is having like a Caribbean menu type going on with some good old chicken curry, some mac and cheese, you know, all the good stuff. I'm trying to remember the rest, but I'm sorry, I smoke.
You all right? That's all good, but nah, that's the thing. See, we about to get to that point where people need to go follow you anyway to see the updates and stuff. You don't have to memorize everything. So unless you're trying to put me on the spot anymore, we wrapping it up and we're gonna do the whole, you know, where can they go find you? So,
Okay.
So where can they go find you? You got the books coming up. You got these events coming up. We got this artist retreat that so we got plenty of spaces for more people to show up and make that history, make that movie. So where do they need to go to stay in tune with Grace and Pose for Dinner?
The easiest way to find out more information about what's happening is IG. IG is my most updated social media platform. I'm gonna be honest with you. At Poets for Dinner, my personal account is Grace Love on Somebody. If you want straight love, straight affirmation, straight information on Poets for Dinner, follow Poets for Dinner. Visit postfordinner.com. Poets for Dinner on everything. Cash App, $ Poets for Dinner. For all things that are human and ratchet and random and beautiful and sexy, classy, fun, whatever. Follow me at Grace Love on Somebody because things get kind of interesting over there. You know, that's mostly where I share my poems, my TikTok videos. Oh, yes, follow me on TikTok because shit is real on TikTok. You feel me? I started doing the little dances. I don't do the dance challenges. I do my version of the dance challenges. So there's that, okay? If you know me, you know two things, okay? Number one, I sing off key and I dance off beat. That's all you're going to get from me. I'm quite professional at it.
Right. Very good.
So please follow me on TikTok at Double G Grace because, well, you know, Double G Grace. Anyway. Most definitely, if you have not made your deposit, if you have not received information, if you have not inquired about this artist retreat to Atlanta, we're flying, we're not driving, so go ahead and knock the 10-hour drive out. It's only an hour and a half, like 2 hours most, okay? So we're good on that one. 2, we're staying in a lovely mansion. I would tell you whose mansion it is, but I think it's better if you just come and find out yourself, okay? 3, all food, all drinks, and what I mean by drinks, I don't just mean soda and juice, I mean alcoholic beverages as well, are included. We'll have vendors who will be popping up on us down there, as well as vendors who are joining us on the trip. If you are a vendor and you would like to go with us, we do have vendor specials where you'll not only be able to vend your items at Poets for Dinner, you'll be able to vend at the open mics we're visiting as well. For those who are going on the trip, like I said, all the open mics are included. The food at the open mics are included as well because, you know, I don't want us to be hungry while we're listening to other people or ourselves excel. So, yeah. Everything is included. When I say all inclusive, I do mean it, and that includes the workshops, including the workshop with Theresa the Songbird, including the workshop with myself, including the cooking workshop with our special guest chef T, the Whistling Chef. I forgot to tell you. So listen, because I'm going to update real quick. I'm sorry, I have to. I'm hurrying. So we're having a cook-off.
Oh shit.
We are having a motherfucking cook-off. Okay. To my knowledge right now, it's 3 chefs that are going head to head. No, I'm sorry, 2 chefs. No, I said right, 3 chefs that are going head to head. You know, we have Chef T, who's our one of our new executive chefs to Pose for Dinner. Going against myself and other special guest chef. The menu is going to be either, well, not either. The chef has the choice between, you know, cooking either chicken or shrimp because, you know, we don't do beef. We're all about peace and love, so no beef. You see what I did there? So, and what they'll do, well, what us chefs will do, we'll prepare our best meal, and we're going to allow our guests to be the judge. So y'all get to vote on who has the best meal. Like, I don't know if you ever seen like Chopped or something like that, but it's going to be pretty much like that. You feel me? But y'all get the benefit of us going against each other.
Right. 3 talented chefs about to battle and just give us amazing food. Like, that's what I'm. Excuse me. That's what I heard.
Exactly, literally that. Like right, literally 3 amazing chefs about to give y'all some amazing food, and y'all get to taste it all, and then cash our vote. So yeah, we got that going on. This artist retreat is really something that you should really get into. Again, we only got 5 slots left. If you haven't made your deposit, you have until the 25th to make your $60 deposit. That gets you started. Payment plans are going to be emailed out this weekend. I appreciate all those who made y'all deposits already. Patience, but y'all know when you're working 3 jobs and you're trying to host the open mic and you got a baby father with metaphorical kids that though you don't have to take care of them, you still have to acknowledge that they exist and write a poem or 2 every now and again. You feel me? Some stuff get kind of slow, but y'all gonna get your information before this weekend is out. I promise. So again, just $60 secures your slot. Once your slot is secured, it's not given to them.
Only $60. Very important. That ain't shit.
Only $60. Yes.
Yeah, that comes.
For real. Considering the fact that like a lot of places they'll say all inclusive, and then you still have to come up with how you're going to get to the airport and all of the stuff. No, once you decide that you're going, you meet us at the meeting spot. We pick you up from the meeting spot, take you to the airport, and back. You feel me? So good stuff. All your transportation included as well: food, drinks, activities, everything. Gifts. He has on the gift that he was given at the last artist retreat already. You feel me? Because you know.
And that little towel, I love that towel.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say you missing the towel though. Like
I need another one. Like yeah, that's my shit. So yeah.
This time I'm doing pillows.
Okay.
I'm just saying because if we want to get on the plane, we need a neck pillow. I'm just saying. I'm just saying we need. You gotta think of everything, okay? Everything. So again, please, for more information about the artist retreat, slide in my DMs. Send me retreat via DM text message. I receive text messages and phone calls at 70 PFD loves. Okay. The numbers, you're not gonna remember the numbers, but I know you'll remember PFD loves. Okay.
Yeah, that is right. You can do that.
Yep. 70 PFD loves. Outside of that, like he said, at the last Sunday of this month, we are actually having Keish the Lioness, a poetry party feature. So this is going to be kind of sort of like a nice little mashup. You know, I'm so excited to have her and the poetry party family come to Poets for Dinner. Also coming up, it's going to be Poets for Dinner 10-year anniversary.
Oh, shit. Okay. Big salute. I didn't even know you was doing your thing that long. That's what's up. What month is that?
April.
Okay.
Listen, in April, we're going to be doing a lot, okay? We're doing a lot in April. And I really want Baltimore to get prepared because April is going to be an amazing month of hella activities, hella events. We're also going to be having a smoker session in April. So even if you don't smoke, but if you are 420 friendly, please feel free to stay tuned for information about that, where food is going to be included, smoke going to be included, edibles going to be included, all that great stuff. Okay. What else is coming up? A lot of great stuff. I also vend at other open mics. The next event that I'm vending will be at the poetry party, ironically. So make sure you again stay tuned for that. Yeah, all that good stuff. At Post for Dinner, follow me everywhere for more information.
It is. It's that simple. All right, for sure. Hey, absolute pleasure. Absolute. Because, you know, we can keep this going, you know what I'm saying, easily. So, We're gonna go ahead and call it for today. But hey, we might fuck around and have to do. Well, I know you like to go live on the, when we do the open mics. But yeah, we might have to go live a couple times during the retreat, just to let people.
Oh, definitely. Know. But listen, this time, okay, I got a better phone with a better stand, okay, and I got a ring light, so it's not going to be all chopped up and messed up. It's like when I went back to review the videos, I was like, dang, I ruined a great live. Like, it would have been great, but my phone was choppy. So this time we're going to do a lot better. So can I just do this poem before you close out, because I really feel like I want everyone to feel the love right quick, okay?
Go for it.
And just a quick reminder, we are all living legends and we are all important, all right? When you are a living legend, your vision don't need correction from people who are capable of seeing the dream assigned to your journey for you to believe in. When you have been designated with a purpose, people will talk you out of your growth so they won't feel worthless. They will set fire to your ambition just to distract you from your life's mission, but be great anyway. Show up and out every day, even if the audience is just you and your mama. Even when they saturate your legacy in their self-imposed drama, even when they curse you for not falling back, and it seems that you are always under attack, please keep going. Because there is no way in knowing whether you're on the brink of madness or greatness. So keep pushing, even when you have run out of patience. Believe me when I say, even when one door closes, there's opportunities in the hallway. So don't accept defeat at the end, even if you have to start over again. What's meant to be will be, and what isn't was never your cup of tea. Sometimes that no was the greatest blessing of them all. Because your journey is far greater than any fall, so don't concern yourself with the success of the next man. Every failure you've encountered has been a part of God's plan, and I can assure you that even eternal finishes the race at its own time and at its own pace, because there is nothing fair about favor, but there is always triumph for the spirit that refuses to waver. Because then you are creating your own future and destiny. So manifest, do the work, and let it be. You are more than enough. Even when that road gets rough, even when the storms come knocking, there's a breakthrough that's hitting your way despite all attempts at stopping. Didn't you know that you was magic? And that there's a light in you that will make people hate you because they can't have it. Shine anyway. Do you think a lion loses sleep over what sheep may say? No. They just rule the jungle, rinse and repeat, so don't allow others' opinions to place your hopes on the back seat. You are a living legend, and your vision don't need no cosigner or correction.
Hey.
Thank you so much for letting me share, and thank you for having me, and for being wonderful, and for sitting still in that chair, because I personally wouldn't be able to. I would have been moving. That's why I sat on my bed, because I wanted to try to stay still as much as possible. It took a lot to be focused here, okay? I want you to know.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Salute to the chair and the little lumbar. It did its job. It was worth the money spent for sure. So, hey, fantastic. Everything. That poem was great to go out on. Thank y'all. That was my, again, first live. It was my first live of the Smart Dumb podcast. Wonderful. Yeah, you made history here. So definitely a pleasure. Salute to everybody that came through at some point to show love. This is going to probably, this should get posted next Wednesday. So, get the replay as well. So, all right, we are done. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. We'll definitely talk soon. All y'all be good.
Thank you. You too. I appreciate you.
All right.